8 or 24?
Number 8. 24 was more challenging.
It's Monday, so that means 3 things. 1, I'm not EMCM. 2, it's a Mamba Monday. And 3, it's time for the 24 podcast. How you guys doing? I'm your host, the product of poverty and environment, the Pope Chuck Paul. I know what you're thinking. I look a little different. No, this is not a clone. I am not a clone. It's me, the Pope. Excuse me. Ginger ale. You're wondering why I don't have my locks. Well, short story long. About a month ago, I had my hair braided and my locks braided. I go to get a cut. Then when I leave, I don't notice I'm missing like 3 or 4 braids. And my locks are starting like right back here. And I'm like, hold up. Something ain't right. Go to barbershop the next time. I'm not thinking anything of it. I take my braids out. And I'm realizing like, I'm thinking I'm going bald now. But in reality, the barber I was going to been pushing my shit back. Look, I ain't hit the motherfucker. I ain't even talk about it. I went back to my barber back in New York this weekend. Cut everything off. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to keep going to my barber from New York. I'm going to have my shorty do my hair from now on. For a while, I'm thinking like it was something I did. But guess what? Episode 83. It ain't my fault. Yep. So we're going to get into it real quick. How you guys doing? Hope you guys enjoyed your week and hope you enjoyed your week. Hope you enjoyed your 4th of July. Mine was a little bit crazy. Without saying too much, my lady was out here for the 4th. She's into like fireworks and all that shit. So we decided to, go down to see the fireworks. Not even 5 minutes in, shootout. Not really a shootout. Officer got shot. We don't know who did it, whatever, but we was out there. We ran. The crazy thing about shit like that is you don't know where bullets is coming from. You ain't trying to get trampled. But that shit was crazy. And she knows I'm not into like going to like things like that. But I went anyway because, she wanted to go. But yeah, that was crazy because they had the shooting earlier in the day in Illinois. So yeah, that was my 4th of July. Pretty crazy. And thing about it is I've been in situations where guns were drawn and shootouts shot at and all that type of stuff. So I'm pretty regular. She was a little distraught about the situation. Just shows you how numb to gun violence I am. But moving right along, let's get to it. I didn't have an episode last week. I was enjoying the 4-day weekend, and during that time, the Pied Piper of R&B got sentenced to 30 years in prison for sex trafficking, sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, and other sex-related crimes. In September, a jury found Kelly guilty on all 9 charges, which included a court count of racketeering and 8 counts of violating the Mann Act. Brazy. Here's something that's crazy that came out earlier today. He is actually engaged to one of the accusers, I believe. Jocelyn Savage. This court documents found that he's engaged to her, and she's pleading with the court saying that he's the best thing that ever happened to me. This shit just gets crazier and fucking crazier. Look, 30 years a lot? I mean, I could care less. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And if you did the crime, sit down and do your time. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure there's other situations where women were actually raped and the rapist didn't get that much time. You know how there's murderers who don't get that much time. But hey, man, like I said, if you can't do the crime, don't do the time. You know? And speaking of motherfuckers who doing crime that can't do the time, let's move right along to Brittney Griner. This shit is crazy. She has been locked up since February 17th. I don't know if she was flying in or leaving Russia, but they found her vape. It had cannabis or THC oils in them, this, that, and the fourth. Last week, she pleaded guilty. And she told the judge that she had done so inadvertently while asking the court for mercy. Here's my thing. People are saying, oh, it's only weed, it's only weed. Different countries treat weed like it's a brick of coke. Hell, in Dubai, you're going to jail for smoking. You're going to jail for kissing a woman in public. You're going to jail for holding hands. Crimes are taken differently out of the country. People need to understand that. And my thing is, she has been going to Russia to play ball for a long time. So I'm thinking, like, did she not know this? Hell, when I travel to different cities in the United States, I like knowing the weed laws. I like knowing how much weed I can have on me. Is it legal? Can I buy from a dispensary? Do I need an ID to buy from a dispensary? How much can I physically have on me? Can I smoke outside? These are things I look at. There's some countries where you can take weed with you. Like, you can fly out of certain airports in the country, like New York City, with your weed. And I'm not saying she deserves to be in jail, but you gotta understand, like, yo, countries treat drugs differently. You know, and they treat us Americans differently. You know what I'm saying? She pleaded guilty to, you know, I get to speed up the process. Like, people can understand whether she had it on her or not. People plead guilty, especially in the United States, for a lesser penalty as far as whether probation or years of imprisonment. She did that to speed up the process because it might be a prisoner exchange because there's a Russian arms dealer locked up in the United States right now. People are saying it's a bargaining chip, they're using her as a bargaining chip. Whatever the case may be, Griner did some dumb shit, and right now she's paying the hardest cost for it. It's fucked up, you know, but you live and you learn. But what's pissing me off is people, mostly women, saying if it was LeBron James, he'd be out immediately. Honestly, I think it would be worse, because he's worth more money. He's worth more money to multiple companies. You hear me? And LeBron isn't dumb enough to travel anywhere with drugs. Let's get that out the way right now. What she did was on her, not LeBron or any other man. And what also pisses me off, we haven't heard a peep from her Russian coach or Russian teammates. That's who all the negative energy should be going towards, not LeBron or any other male athlete. Seriously. Every time a woman does something, it's compared to a man. Well, if it was this man, X, Y, and Z would happen. And I'm going to get into other situations where it ain't our fault. Take that finger and point it back at you. Yesterday was the WNBA All-Star game. And Cashapp received the WNBA All-Star MVP. And it was a tiny ass teacup trophy. And when I seen it, I said to myself, How long will it take before they somehow blame men for this? Didn't take long at all. They showed a picture of Kelsey Plum holding her MVP award and Steph Curry's MVP award. What do we have to do with that? Talk to the commissioner of the WNBA about y'all trophy. Hell, I ain't gonna lie. I've received bigger trophies in PAL. I've seen bigger spelling bee trophies. That shit look like a tiny motherfucking teacup. You feel me? Like, seriously, stop blaming us for shit. And keeping it NBA, well, keeping it basketball related. Also, last we gotta get to touch on this. Kevin Durant wants out of the Brooklyn Nets also now. It's been hard trying to trade him, trying to trade a partner. You got the Nets and the Lakers trying to work something out with Kyrie and Westbrook. Who knows if that'll happen? You got LeBron sitting on one side of the gym at Summer League. You got Westbrook on the other side. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. Now getting back to women blaming us men for stuff. So 3 girls asked for some dipping sauce at this downtown establishment in New York City. And when they were told they had to pay $1.75, they proceeded to destroy the restaurant, throw stuff, steal money out the cash register, throw the cash register and all that stuff. Some employees were hurt. They lucky the employees didn't have a gun or a knife. We'll get into that. The 3 young ladies were arrested. And I said to myself, let's see if someone will blame men for this. And guess what happened? I'm scrolling down Twitter, and someone was like, oh, where's their fathers? Blame them. How is it? These ladies were in their 20s. They're pretty much adults. Don't blame their fathers. Hell, if anything, go and blame their mothers then, if that's the case. Where are their fathers? Shit. If I was their fathers, I wouldn't even want to raise them, John. Like, how are the men to blame for that one? You know what? One more. In the New York City bodega, a woman was using her EBT card, and it declined. I guess there was a back and forth between her and the cashier. She goes and gets her boyfriend and says, he gonna deal with you. So the boyfriend comes behind the register and tries to fight the cashier. Little did he know, the cashier has a degree in knifeology. Poked his ass the fuck up. Dude died. Right now, the cashier, he's held in jail for murder. His bail was, I think, $250,000. It was lowered to $50,000, I think, which would probably be like around $5,000, $7,500 if you go to a bail bondsman. And his lawyer said he don't think any jury would convict him, because everybody seen the video knows, like, if that dude didn't come behind the register, that shit wouldn't happen. Hell, if the lady would have just took her L and just left, or it's a bodega. If you're from New York City or in any inner city, you know how it works. Hey, can I get this bag of chips till tomorrow? All right, cool. That would have been that. There was no need for dude to go behind the register. So guess what? She sent her boyfriend in to a dummy mission. Now, your boyfriend is dead, the kid is a bastard, and you got to pay for a funeral. How about that? It reminds me of a situation back in the Bronx, this seafood spot called Simply Seafood I used to go to all the time. The owner, cool dude, he owed one of his employees some money because she don't work there no more. I think it maybe like $200. Telling her to leave. She want to leave. She said, I'm gonna call my boyfriend. Boyfriend was some skinny dude. The owner's some like 6 feet, gotta be like 275, 300. The boyfriend's in there throwing shit around, this, that, and the fourth. The owner sees him outside. He goes back inside, gets his gun, attempts to gun butt him. Gun goes off. Boom! Hits him in the neck. Dude bleeds out and dies. Now the owner's in jail for life. Shorty lost her man, and she was out of $300 too, and she had to pay for a funeral. And obviously she probably don't have money for a funeral because she was beefing for that $300. I say this all the time, ladies. You got to think about it before sending your man to go beat somebody up, your brother, your uncle, your son, your father, your husband, whoever. Because dudes ain't fighting fair. Most folks are getting shot, stabbed, killed out here. Another example. There was a fight in a Dollar General. A woman was arguing with the cashier. The cashier said something about her mother. The customer said, say something about my mother one more time, I'm gonna beat your ass. The cashier said something. So what happened? The other woman proceeded to beat her ass. Now after she beat her ass, the woman's walking away, grabs the groceries, she already paid, gets the stuff, she's about to walk out. The cashier goes back, gets up, goes behind the register, gets a gun, and shoots her in the back. And then proceeded to kick her while she's on the floor. I think the woman died. And if she died, all right, you're going to jail for murder. Because one, you shot her in the back. Two, it wasn't self-defense because you got up after the fact, went and got the gun when you weren't in harm anymore. Then what do I see on Twitter? Someone blaming men again. Dude says, let's talk about all these men who let that go down. You wanted someone to play shield? It was a one-on-one fight. I'm not breaking up no fight between two women. Man and a woman, maybe. Two women, nah. Because remember, we're supposed to stay out of women's business. And that was women's business. And I ain't catching a bullet for women's business. No. That's not family. That's not my woman. I'm backing off. Yeah. It ain't my fault. It ain't our fault. Stop blaming us for shit. Don't blame us because Brittney took some weed to Russia. Don't blame us because the WNBA isn't as popular as the NBA. And first of all, they've been around for 25 years. The NBA almost went out of business when they first started. It takes time. I say it all the time. There's 3 cable networks catered towards women. Why don't they show the WNBA games on there? At least one game a week. Why not? You want the sport to grow, right? Yeah, but it's just easier just blaming men for shit. But anywho, let's talk about PValley. Man, this was crazy. First of all, episode before this one that just came on, we seen Rome try to push up on Keyshawn, pretty much try to rape her. And then we also seen Rome say he got video of murder. I believe it's either of murder smashing Teak or murder smashing Clifford. So after she escapes Rome, she goes and tells Wody. Wody approaches Rome about some business to talk about. Says, yo, let's do some coke. He brought him some coke or whatever. Rome was like, nah, you do some too. Wody sniffs another line. Rome sniffs the line that Wody gave him, which happened to be fentanyl. He had an immediate reaction, keeled over and died. And then we see Keyshawn go back home, takes her kids to the doctor. She noticed there's bruises all over her kids, the 2 kids. I know I'm skipping a few things, but it was pretty much a prequel showing how Keyshawn came up, how her and her boyfriend, baby daddy Derek, met and whatnot, and how Derek got disowned by his family when he got pregnant. Called her all types of bitches, choked her while she was pregnant, stuff like that. So we got to see the early abuse and what it led up to. Him abusing his kids. And then we seen him drag Keyshawn by the hair when she approached him about the kids, took an iron to her face, about to burn her face. She was like, no, not my face, not my face, because you know that's how she makes her money. And then we see this current episode where she attempted to leave, but Derek took the car battery out the car. Now, we know domestic violence is serious and it's hard for women to escape, but just throwing ideas out there. We do know that Derek tracks her phone. I was thinking, look, she has all this cash. She didn't take shit with her. Call an Uber from that phone, or have someone else call an Uber for you. Go wherever you need to go. Leave the phone in the house. Or you call an Uber with that phone to somewhere, buy a burner phone. Take the phone that you do have, leave it in the Uber or somewhere, or throw it in a bus or in a trash can or something like that. Let it sit there. And take an Uber somewhere else, to a bus station. Get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next episode she figures it out. But here we go with the big talk of the town about this episode. We do know that Lil Murda and Teak had a relationship in jail. So Murda buys Teak a car. The whole Hurtsville Hustlers crew is outside, gives him his car. He tells him, you know, friends become family over time. We're going to hold you down out here the same way you held us down in there. Teak is all emotional. Murda's like, yo, I'm going to hang with you today. They go to dinner, some wing spot. And Teak is like, yeah, I always dreamt about this. He's like, so, and Murda's like, so what is this, a date? I guess so. And Little Murda got big jealous when the waitress was flirting with Teak. He was like, yo, go get us 2 waters. And one for you too, thirsty. We found out Murda got a little jelly. So they leave that spot. Oh, by the way, Murda paid for his cut. Teak was looking casket sharp. It's a whole other story. So they driving around. Teak goes to an old house. Murda didn't know what it was. He thinks he's going to get some weed. He noticed that Teak left his gun in there. Turns out it was Teak's old house where he used to live, and Teak's mother abused them all. Teak's mother killed his 3 siblings, and Teak ran and hid in the closet. His mother killed his 3 kids, killed her 3 kids, his 3 siblings, then killed herself. Then Teak explained how he had these 3 tears on his face for his siblings, not for bodies he caught, because he said he caught more bodies than this. He said his light is over. Teak wanted to kill himself. Long story short, Murda was with him all day because he knew something was strange about him. Teak was telling him to leave the car, get out the car, go away. Teak ended up shooting himself in the head in front of Murda. Blood all over him. He goes back to Clifford's crib. Emotionally, he's just crying in the shoulder and says, I am not okay. That was a crazy ass episode. Star's giving us a break from PValley next week, you know what I'm saying, from all the emotional shit that they put us through. Because man, that whole episode was something. Dealing with the domestic violence of Keyshawn trying to escape. You got the mental illness and suicide of Big Teak. Also, Mercedes' daughter got pregnant. It's a whole other story. But yeah, PValley went there. And it's cool that they're doing more outside of just like, you know, strippers and whatnot, but showing how all these people from this small, poor town are going through different messed up situations. So I applaud the writers for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, PValley, woo, that episode was something. Keyshawn better run the next episode though. But I did read that in the book, I mean not in the book, in the stage play that Keyshawn died. So who knows if Keyshawn's gonna die in the show? Maybe they'll switch it up and she ends up killing Derek. But at the end of the day, Derek need to just let her leave. But as an abuser, I guess abusers, I'm not an abuser, but I believe abusers, it's a whole control thing. Because in the day, if you let her leave, dog, you get your white family back, your white privilege back, or you get your money back. You ain't gotta deal with your black baby mother or your mixed kids. But yeah, whew, madness. I'm trying to think, what did I leave out? We talked about R. Kelly, talked about Brittney Griner, WNBA, 2 people killed in stores, 3 girls ruining the store. Over $1.75 of dipping sauce. Shit. Man, oh man. Whew. Before I let go, buy some teas. I got some mouths to feed. Oh man. But yo, I will be back next Monday. I promise you, I'll be back next Monday. Whew. Man, I'm sorry. That was just crazy. Like I always say, like, share, subscribe, comment. I don't know why I did this, but don't worry about that. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. God is good. God is great. Thank God my paper's straight. I am the Pope Chuck Paul. Peace out. R.I.P. Big Tickle.